Energy calibration. What is this about? Energy calibration means being able to measure energy in levels of intensity. You can measure inner energy, let's say, from a level of 1 all the way to 10. So from a level of 1 to 10. Energy calibration also refers to interpreting and predicting clusters of energies, good and bad energies, and how they are related to one another, how they connect with one another. And being able to see energy in a fluid, agile way by which they are either diminishing or growing is really helpful. Develop the habit of paying attention to your inner energy and calibrating it, knowing how to calibrate it through either a numerical level, such as 1 through 10, or in a way that really makes you more aware of how it is flowing. And not just where it is, but also where it's going. When you develop the habit of evolving your energy skill, you will see true magic happen. This works great for places such as instances within your job, your career, relationships, dieting, pretty much anywhere. A great benefit will be that you will be able to diminish your losses. When you know in which direction your energy is heading, you can shift and pivot your energy so it moves towards being more productive, and it helps you avoid pitfalls. Oftentimes, it's much more feasible to get out of a bad situation by simply becoming more aware of how inner energy is at play and in what way it's shifting within your energy. Energy calibration is essential whether you're dealing with your own energy or the energy of others, whether you're dealing with limiting beliefs or the limiting beliefs of someone else. Energy calibration and energy flow go hand in hand, and ultimately you can be productive and do more by doing less. Become more productive by doing less work. And it helps you in gaining a greater awareness of what good energies to put out, and also how to save and store your energy for when you need the most to get the desired results. Each day you have more or less an inclination of what you would like to accomplish with your energy for that day. Calibrating your energy will help you keep track of it as you move throughout your day. This might sound a little mechanical, but once we learn and allow this process to work on the background, it actually gives us more flexibility to be creative. View this as setting a parameter that works as guidelines. And once we develop a picture of those guidelines, we can then be as creative as we want to be. Mastery lies in setting intent towards your parameters, your framework of what you want to create, either within the physical realm or within your own inner energy. Get creative and use techniques and processes such as zooming in and zooming out, and also keeping your energy fresh by improvising what you do. The beauty of improvising is that it allows you to break out of the preset mode and gives you the flexibility to architect and construct your own pathway. We can do both. Have a preset structure of what actions we will take throughout the day and improvise upon those actions. We can master the art of planning, but also be flexible enough to break those plans and still continue to contribute to our goals. I like to think in terms of paradoxes and their dynamics. Being able to go back and forth between those paradoxes, or as I call them, dualities, that gives you the ability to keep your energy flowing more easily. What do I mean by paradoxes? Examples of paradoxes are simple dualities that we work from, such as ego and the higher self, zooming in and zooming out, architecting a plan and taking action by improvising. Another powerful paradox is learning while teaching. This is a powerful way to further learn anything you're passionate about. A paradox can be well planned, but also be well improvised. Just like a beautiful jazz tune, it's well planned and well improvised. Let's zero in on the why. Why should we calibrate our energy? We only get a certain amount of mental and physical energy per day. Everything we do chips away at our day's energy storage. We often begin our day as if we had all the energy in the world and we use it sparingly without paying attention to where we're going or how we are spending it. Our energy is like an energy bank from which we have a preset amount at the beginning of our day, and we continue to spend from that amount until it's depleted. Energy calibration is a process that once we set it, it's not something we have to continue to constantly think about. Our subconscious really knows how to operate well when it comes to calibrating our energy. Yet, if we practice calibrating our energy through conscious ways, our subconscious really enhances the process of knowing when and how to further calibrate that energy, our energy. So the question is, how can we better calibrate our energy? We can begin by developing a deeper sense of observation. And of course, this might take more will at first, but after a while, it will become second nature. Develop the ability to be more instinctual at observing energy cues. There are energy cues all around us. Be able to predict where your energy is going in 30 minutes, in 1 hour, 5 hours, and even further in 1 week. See your day's energy as a bank that gives and takes and always keeps track of the balances. Whether it is giving or taking is one thing, but it always keeps track of how much it's going in and how much it's going out. Are we utilizing energy cues? Are we working against energy cues? Those are the questions that we have to ask ourselves often. Again, are we utilizing our energy cues? And are we working against our energy cues? Allow your energy to be focused and relaxed. That's a good starting point. And this will greatly show in your voice and tonality. Your vocal tonality will be shifted and more energized. Tone of voice is a good way to focus on your frequency, not only in its tone, but space, depth, height, and direction. It's always a work in progress. It's something that I have to work at, and it's something that I have to rehearse. But just like with anything, with any sort of energy, it's something that the more we practice, the better we get at it, and the more success we're able to attain. But once we have a process down, we become less and less frustrated with the failures that we take in, the losses that we take in, and instead we see the process as a way of getting feedback and continuing to ascend towards something that works. Tone of voice is a good way to focus on your frequency, not only in tone, but space, depth, height, and direction. So that's something that I'm currently working on. Picture energy as being an equalizer graph with highs and lows, peaks, and spaces. I like to imagine this so I can see how energy is fluctuating within me at what frequency as well. Energy frequency. Frequency helps you on a deeper level of visualization to let go of energy blocks and helps you ascend towards your goals. Frequency helps you focus on your mind frame so that it is the way you envision it rather than simply a mirage of your vision. Some of your daily aphorisms and daily notes are geared towards your ego self and persona. Instead of allowing your higher self to do the ultimate source of energy to deal with certain situations. What this means is that oftentimes I process information from an analytical headspace level instead of allowing my higher self to really take in the information so that it could better utilize it. And this further helps me calibrate my energy since it is more apt to remain well balanced throughout the day. And another reason why calibrating energy is so important is that we can discover and deal with limiting actions. Limiting actions are akin to limiting beliefs, but with the principle that we actually act upon them. So therefore it's not just a belief, but actions that we have taken as well. A limiting action is energy and mental thinking that surrounds false beliefs, and not just from a mental level, but it also develops on a physical level, which we feel throughout our body. This reinforces our limiting beliefs and limiting actions that we carry throughout our day. We all have limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are not just within us, but just as importantly, are the limiting beliefs that others try to bounce off of us. At times, people will see you as a hindrance to their own failures because they cannot accept their own conditions, their own mistakes. And they try to thwart their own view of the world, and they will blame you for their own limiting beliefs and their limiting actions. They are reflecting their negative energy upon you. Quite often, this will happen on a subconscious level as this emanates from their own mindset framework. And this is a crucial thing that you must know about frameworks, which I'll explain more about here. If someone is not aware of this fight or flight response, and this is what is emanating from their automatic framework, then it will continue to give out that negative energy. And a breakdown of that is ego self. We zoom in further into the framework, and we zoom in even further into the fight or flight response. So there are various levels, and the more we zoom in, the more we get into that energy base level. Most people don't come out and say that their negative energy is contrived of being jealous or being critical, and that is because oftentimes they don't even know it themselves. The bottom line is that they will try to drag you down in order to make themselves feel better, but quite often they end up feeling worse themselves. Subconscious energy interactions with others are always taking place on many levels. Often the words people are saying are not congruent with their actions or their ideas or even their will at times. Energy calibration helps you read between the lines. When you sense negative energy emanating from others, don't get pulled down to the level that they're in. Here, I will show you how to detect and how to deal with negative low vibrations of others. Color what you will, low vibrations, negative energy, even nasty attitude, it's all related. Begin by calibrating their energy of duality, sensing the energy of ego and higher self. Get a sense of whether this energy flow is going upwards or going downwards. When you calibrate their energy and sense where it is emanating from, a place of bonding or a place of being productive or a place of negativity and insolence, now you have a choice whether you want to connect with their energy or separate your energy from them for the time being. A good analogy is that if we see someone drowning, we will help them as much as possible. We will help them, but not to the point of where we are going to drown ourselves. Will you be able to maintain your good energy flow without becoming negative or even impatient with them? We shouldn't try to change who they are, what they want, or change them because we are focused on our own journey. We can always help them if indeed they want our help. This is an area where calibration matters, so we can perhaps help in a productive way instead of thinking we are helping and exacerbating a situation. How do we gain latitude with our energy? Allow it to exist without pushing it out or taking it in. Have your energy be well balanced and operate from a place of inner balance. Sometimes we seek the approval and energy of others in a subconscious way. When you detect yourself doing this, break away from it, as this can really create tension and conflict down the line. One of the best ways to help others is simply by allowing them to connect with their own journey. Oftentimes, we can simply make suggestions and allow them to pick what is best for them. This means not coming across as telling others what to do, which rarely works and often backfires. Again, making any situation escalate in a bad manner is something that we should try to avoid. Be open to connecting with others at the right place and at the right time, but from a place of knowing that your energy has value and you respect it, and you respect the energy of others as well. Continue to move forward and be productive without negative energy of others draining your energy. Sometimes second order effects, such as just listening and trying to be helpful, soon turns into being impatient and then lashing out within some degree when you can't take it anymore. Don't allow negative energy of others to make you impatient or allow your energy to brood in silence. Practice the art of allowing negative energies to simply bounce off of you. This is an art that requires practice, but allowing negative energy to bounce off of you requires also a balance in not allowing others to push us around, but at the same time, not being overly reactive, not being so fragile. Calibrating our energy and the energy of others becomes part instinct, part energy work, part ego self, and part higher self, with the ability to zoom in and out of the moment we face. Even unexpected moments, that includes unexpected actions and unexpected words from others. We now see interactions from the point of view of them not necessarily being good or bad, but rather from the source of our energy, which we move to keep balance through calibration. We can always have a good sense to expect even the unexpected when we are calibrating energies that we come across and even our own energies. It's a mixture of good, healthy energy balance, awareness, flow, and part karma. Sometimes people call it pure luck to have good serendipitous moments. Yet, if your inner energy is in the right place, you will the good energies that bring upon more serendipity and good connections. This reflects upon many of the good virtues that we have talked about through this program, such as being authentic, having clarity, being relaxed, awareness, and taking action. Continue to find new ways that you can implement to keep these virtues fresh and feeling as if you're improvising them from different angles. This will allow your good energy to flow and make these virtues feel fresh. As I like to say, it's not just about mastering a certain technique or mindset, it's about improvising and keeping it fresh. Connect to universal energy and to a higher power with letting go all that it was and feel your energy with intent, a simple forward motion that balances introspect and a universal connection.